and we're here together with the Propel expansion. And I am thrilled that you're here with me tonight as we explore together the expansion of God's world for us. And tonight we're going to be speaking about what are God's thoughts. And we are always focused, I guess, on ourselves and our thoughts, but what are God's thoughts? And it would really be a paradigm shift for your life if you truly consider God's thoughts first versus what are we thinking. And it's been a journey for me over these last 35 years of walking in the my relationship with the Lord and undoing the world and really just getting to know God through His Word. And so again, what are God's thoughts? And I'm not minimizing uh, the journey, the journey of metamorphosis, of change, of evolution, and it is what are God's thoughts, and so it's key as we because we're all working towards what God has put in us, meaning our own dreams, goals, and aspirations, and so there's that conflict. What are God's thoughts? But He's put in us our dreams, our goals, and our aspirations. And God is, first off, the Word of God is the North Star. And so all of these questions are answered in the Word of God. They truly are. Like Ephesians 1:17, um, that Apostle Paul prays that God the Father would give believers a spirit of wisdom and revelation. And what is revelation? Revelation is knowledge of His Word to us. And God gives us His thoughts. He does. He's revealing those thoughts and His will for us. And so, as Jeremiah 29:11, He knows the plan for our lives. And that we can give discernment, that He will give us that discernment to really, as I said, spend time and knowledge and understanding and getting to know God. And so that through that, we will get to know intimately His thoughts and what He has for not only for us in a global position, but what basically He has for us for our lives today, meaning micromanaging that day, meaning each and we may have our to-do list, which is all important to have a general generalization and understanding what you want to accomplish, but it's taking that bigger picture, breaking it down and distilling it to today. And that brings me to also the Propel program, meaning where um, it is a program of giving you the understanding that you too can start, scale, and sustain the business and life of your dreams. But you just have to be clear on what that is, understanding what you want to do, the why you want to do it, and then you start putting together that program, that plan. But again, never, never leaving the other thing about Mark, I think it's Mark 6:10, the Lord's Prayer. Meaning the Lord's Prayer is really, if you break that down, God is giving us, I mean, Jesus came and gave us, the disciples said, "How do you pray?" And He said, and that's when He, shared with them the Lord's Prayer. And our Father, my Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. You see, it's about really owning that it's thy will be done, His will. for us on earth as it is in heaven, meaning he has put that together. So that clarity of knowing, hello, hello, as you're coming in, welcome to the Propel Expansion. I'm Megan DiMartino, and this is Tuesday Night Live, and we're talking about God's thoughts, and we're speaking about how God is guiding us always through his word. And with that, we're discerning and understanding what the guidance of our lives are. And I was sharing earlier Ephesians 1:17 that the Apostle Paul prays that God the Father would give all believers a spirit of wisdom and revelation. So it's that revelation knowledge that is of He and what He has for us. And I was speaking about the Propel program, which is a tool that I've created for you, having started, scaled, and sustained three multi 7-figure businesses. And I'm always creating and doing. And here is our most recent clinical regenerative wellness uh, business here in the Georgetown, Austin area. And I also not only do regenerative stem cell therapies, but also work with this company, LifeWave, which is a extraordinary science of non-transdermal stem cell activation patches and other accessory patches back to that. But it's a patch technology, which is really amazing because this is non-transdermal. What I mean by that is that a nicotine patch, an estrogen patch, a collagen patch are transdermal. That means that they're medium. I'm not saying it's negative. I'm just saying it's going into your bloodstream, but there's no contraindication, meaning it doesn't compete or conflict with any medication you may be on, but it's going to start activating copper peptides that are in your body, and they're not dormant as the stem cells are, but they're not super active. And so they're activated, go to your brain, and then just flood the brain, and then speak to those stem cells that are dormant and say, let's go, boys. And they become active, and stem cells are the master cell of the body. So, what is so amazing to me, guys, is how is this done? This is going to get back to what are God's thoughts. This is science that non-transdermal, meaning it's so how does it work if it's not transdermal? So it is this nanocrystal technology is activating your own light energy that is in your body, in your body. You don't have to inject anything. You don't have to take a supplement. It is in your body. In 1973, Dr. Lauren Picard found that the copper peptides, GHK and AHK, are in the body already. Who knew? Peptides are amino acids. They are the building block of the DNA cellular structure of the body. So basically speaking, that those GHK copper peptides are activated by your own light energy, flood the body, and activate those dormant stem cells. This is God's plan. This is God's thoughts. He has a desire to um, that our body, that was created by God, the master creator, should not break down as it does, and should and has, and it was always designed to be able to repair itself. And the first cell that is created when you're conceived is a stem cell. It is the master cell of the body. And of course, it's replicated. But at 30, they're 50% dormant. At 60, they're 90% dormant. That's why inflammation and then disease sets in. And I'm tying this back to God's thoughts because his thoughts are beyond our thoughts. His will is for us to be whole. And so, Genesis 1, in the beginning, there was light. But what's interesting about light is that it wasn't until the fourth day that he created the sun. So his master switch was his own light was doing this creation, just as our light which is in our body, which is in our beings, was created by him to be replicating, because God, we're in the image and likeness of God. So just know, guys, that you too can create, and I'm here to help you identify your dreams, goals, and aspirations and help you attain them. I'm here for you. So go to propel.megandimartino.com/info and click on the Propel community. Join the community. It's no charge. And that way you'll receive just a little nugget of encouragement and inspiration daily, bi-monthly newsletters of business, of ideas and creative ideas and information from other people. Also, the Propel program is there. Information about LifeWave is there. My book is there. Hope and Possibilities just over the horizon. It's never too early or too late to create the life of your dreams. My TED Talk is there. Uh, Archives of all the podcasts of the unique leaders to the Propel Deep Dive. So all of this is there. So I just ask you to go to propel.megandimartino.com/info and click on the Propel community, become a member. Now, thank you for joining me here. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you for leaving these messages, and ring that bell, because then you'll get notification when I go live. So I thank you again for joining me tonight on the Propel expansion. And again, this will be here. If you came in late, you can go back and listen to it. It'll be there along with all the others. So again, thank you. Love you and be blessed.